Have you ever felt like the harder you try, the further away your goal seems? You might find yourself surprised by what I'm about to say, but you need to stop seeking it. Yes, you heard that right. The more you seek it, the farther away it may be. Keep watching to find out how you'll be able to have spiritual growth and achieve your goals by using the backwards law. The backwards law suggests that wanting more positive experiences can actually result in feeling more negative. It's like when you want something so badly, but the more you chase it, the further away it seems to get. For the chosen ones, understanding this concept can lead to significant spiritual growth. Imagine you're striving for happiness or inner peace. You believe that if you just work harder, achieve more, or acquire certain things, you'll finally feel fulfilled. But the more you chase these feelings, the more they seem to elude you. This chasing can lead to frustration and disappointment, leaving you feeling even more dissatisfied than before. But here's the twist: when you stop trying so hard to attain these positive experiences, when you let go of the relentless pursuit, something interesting happens. You start to feel more content, more at peace. It's not that you've given up on your goals, but rather you've shifted your focus from desperately seeking happiness to simply being present in the moment. The chosen ones can benefit greatly from embracing the backwards law. Instead of constantly chasing after spiritual enlightenment or profound experiences, they can learn to let go of their attachment to these desires. By surrendering the need to control outcomes, they open themselves up to a deeper level of inner peace and fulfillment. Desire is a natural part of being human. It's what drives us to pursue our goals and dreams. However, desire can also be a source of suffering and unhappiness, especially when we become too attached to specific outcomes. Think about a time when you really wanted something: a promotion, a relationship, or maybe even just a material possession. You put all your energy into achieving it, convinced that once you had it, you'd finally be happy. But what happens when you don't get what you desire? You might feel frustrated, disappointed, or even resentful. This is where the problem with desire lies. When we become too attached to our desires, we can get caught in a cycle of striving and striving, always chasing after something just out of reach. And even if we do achieve our desires, the satisfaction is often short-lived, leading us to seek out the next thing to want. For the chosen ones, it's important to recognize the pitfalls of desire. While it's natural to have goals and aspirations, becoming overly attached to them can hinder our spiritual growth. Instead of constantly chasing after external validation or material possessions, the chosen ones should strive to find contentment within themselves. Letting go of desire and attachment can be a profound catalyst for spiritual growth and fulfillment. Consider desire as a tightly clenched fist. The more we grasp onto it, the more it restricts our ability to experience true contentment. When we release our grip on specific outcomes and detach ourselves from the relentless pursuit of happiness or success, we create space for something greater to emerge. It's like opening our hands to receive rather than clinging on to what we think we need. By relinquishing our attachment to external validation or material possessions, we shift our focus inward. We begin to explore the richness of our inner world, discovering a wellspring of peace and contentment that transcends the fleeting pleasures of the external world. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on our aspirations or ambitions. Instead, it's about releasing the tight hold we have on them. It's about trusting in the natural flow of life and surrendering to the wisdom of the universe. Pursuing something often leads to achieving the opposite of what we truly want. It's like chasing a mirage in the desert. No matter how fast you run, you never seem to reach it. Similarly, the more we strive for a particular outcome, the more elusive it becomes. Consider the paradox of willpower. The harder we try to force a desired result, the more resistance we encounter. It's as if the universe conspires against our efforts, presenting obstacles and challenges at every turn. This phenomenon is particularly evident in the realm of desire. When we become fixated on a specific goal or outcome, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Even if we do manage to achieve our desires, the satisfaction is often fleeting, leaving us feeling empty and unfulfilled. The pursuit of external validation or material possessions can be especially fraught with disappointment. We convince ourselves that if only we had that promotion, that relationship, or that fancy car, we would finally be happy. But the reality is often far from the fantasy, leaving us disillusioned and disheartened. The irony is that the more we chase after happiness or success, the further away it seems to drift. The backwards law offers a different perspective on this cycle of discontent. It suggests that the key to escaping this perpetual dissatisfaction lies not in chasing after more, but in letting go of our attachment to external outcomes. When we release our grip on the relentless pursuit of happiness or success, something remarkable happens. We begin to find contentment in the present moment, regardless of our external circumstances. We realize that true happiness isn't found in what we have or achieve, but in how we choose to experience life. By letting go of our attachment to specific outcomes, we free ourselves from the chains of discontent. We no longer measure our worth by external standards, but by the depth of our inner peace and contentment. Acceptance is the key to finding contentment in life. When we resist the present moment or yearn for things to be different, we create unnecessary suffering for ourselves. It's like trying to swim against a powerful current. We exhaust ourselves in the process, only to find ourselves further from our intended destination. Instead of constantly striving for perfection or trying to avoid negative experiences, we can learn to embrace life as it is. This doesn't mean that we passively accept injustice or hardship, but rather that we acknowledge the reality of our circumstances and choose to respond with compassion and equanimity. When we let go of our attachment to specific outcomes and embrace the full spectrum of human experience, we open ourselves up to a deeper sense of contentment. We realize that true happiness isn't found in the absence of pain or struggle, but in our ability to find peace and joy amidst life's challenges. The concept of not trying may seem counterintuitive in a world that values ambition and effort. However, there is great wisdom in learning to release our attachment to specific outcomes and simply allow life to unfold naturally. When we stop trying so hard to force things to happen according to our will, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities that we may not have considered before. It's like loosening our grip on a tightly wound spring. We allow room for spontaneity and creativity to flourish. By releasing our attachment to specific outcomes, we free ourselves from the burden of expectation. We no longer measure our worth by our ability to achieve certain goals or milestones, but rather by our willingness to embrace the journey itself. Not trying doesn't mean that we become passive or complacent. Instead, it's about adopting a mindset of trust and surrender. It's about recognizing that there is a greater intelligence at work in the universe, and that sometimes the best course of action is to simply get out of the way and allow things to unfold as they will. When we let go of our need to control outcomes, we discover a newfound sense of freedom and ease. We no longer feel the need to constantly strive for more, but instead we find contentment in the present moment. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very much appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.